welcome to the Crypto Rocker channel. I am the Crypto Rocker. And I'm here to talk to you today about another one of my favorite cryptos. It's called ANKR token. ANKR. It's a four-letter word. ANKR. ANKR. ANKR token is one of the best, most premier cryptocurrencies out there. And it's this one that's got this really great backstory. It's about these two guys. One of them's name is something Song, and the other guy is like his best buddy. And way back in the day, like long time ago, they decided that they were going to invest. They had no money, okay? They had like a very little money between them, and they put their money together and they decided, okay, we're going to buy Bitcoin. So they bought Bitcoin and they spent all their money and they invested in Bitcoin. They had nothing left. They ended up being like homeless and they didn't have no food, nothing, but they kept their money in Bitcoin, okay? And they were like eating food out of trash dumpsters and whatnot like that to survive, living at homeless shelters just to keep their money into Bitcoin, right? Well, they did that for a long time, and then all of a sudden, one day, Bitcoin went crazy, and it went up to like $20,000. This is back in 2017. And then, boom, they sold all of their Bitcoin, and they made millions. And what do? Did they say, hey, let's just take it easy now. We got all this money, and let's go. Let's buy new cars and houses and Cheetos and have a great time? No. You know what these guys do? They create their own crypto then called ANKR. Is that not the most amazing thing? That right there is just... That's success, okay? That's the mind of success. That's a success story just getting ready to happen right there. Okay, they create the ANKR token. And then once they created the ANKR token, they started working on this thing, and I'm just going to tell you right now, from a couple of $1 million that they made there, they went from like nothing, having $50 worth of Bitcoin, and now ANKR is worth, the market cap on ANKR, $253 million. Okay? That's a success story right there. So, I mean, when I heard that, I thought, man, I got to be a part of this project. You know what I mean? So I bought into ANKR a long time ago. Right now, it is at 2.5 cents. It's up from where it was at before. It's coming up. I mean, it's coming around. You know what I mean? Big time. But the amount of partnerships that ANKR is making, for one thing, ANKR is the most fastest, most reliable Web3 infrastructure. It's a staking solution, okay? And they are partnered with all of these different cryptos that it's Web3, basically. Just to give you an idea of some of the cryptos that they're partnered with that are working with ANKR: Solana, Phantom, Celo, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Binance, Ethereum, IOTEX, Harmony, Polygon, Optimism Token, Nervos, and many more, okay? And they've got a lot of things to say. Polygon's ecosystem is greatly strengthened by ANKR, which provides premium decentralized solutions for end users through node hosting. It's staking. Binance. ANKR is a key infrastructure provider for the BNB chain. Optimism, adding ANKR as an infrastructure provider help fulfill the desires of our community members who want to build with robust and reliable services. ANKR is providing something that is just really amazing what they're doing. 40,000 developers, 8 billion daily RPC requests, 30 plus global regions. I mean, they're all over the world. ANKR is global now, okay? And in case a lot of you don't know what Web3 is, I'm just going to break it down real quick, okay? If you got Web3, we're at Web3 now, then that means before that we had Web 2 and Web 1. So what was Web 1 and Web 2 and Web 3? Okay, real simple. Web 1 was read-only. If you remember the very beginnings of the internet, Web 1, you could get on and you could read stuff. And that was pretty much it. Then it gave way to Web 2. Web 2 was read and write. Now you can read stuff, you can see videos, you can interact, you can make videos, you can add your own, and hence, incoming with, Facebook, Twitter, all this different stuff. Read and write. You can interact. Well, Web3 is coming along now, and it's going to integrate with cryptocurrency, and it's read, write, and ownership. Read, write, and ownership, decentralized verification, ownership. And I'm not even an expert on all what it is, but it's just the next evolution of the internet. And I say this is what cryptocurrency really is. It's a massive update for the financial system of this world, because look, here we are in 2023, and the financial world is still operating on a system that was built 300 years ago for a world without computers. Okay, it was made for a world with no computers, with no internet. We've only had the internet for 20 years? The internet is still in its infancy. It's still young. It's still very young. 25 years old. I mean, come on. This thing just got started 2 decades ago. And if you went around to people 2 decades ago, when it was first getting started, I remember there were people that were saying, oh, this internet thing is just a flash in the pan. This is never going to work out. People aren't going to want to get their mail through some internet email crap. They're going to want to get it in their mailbox the traditional way. No, this ain't going to work out. And people used to also, and I remember thinking to myself, man, how hard is it going to be to get a computer in everybody's house? That's the logistics of that. And if you thought about it back then, there's so many people and nobody had a computer, and you thought, well, how's that going to happen? How are you going to get a computer in everybody's house? And you couldn't really visualize that in 2 short decades, not only is everybody going to have a home computer, everybody's going to have computers everywhere in their lives. People not only have 1 computer, you got 10 computers. You got your home computer, you got your laptop, you got your iPad, you got your iMac, you got computers in your car, everything's computerized, and your cell phone is a computer. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's carrying around multiple computers with them today. Everybody's connected. As a matter of fact, you can't even live your life without being connected in some way. Try living now without being connected. You're out of it. Forget about it. And try being some company that tried to be sort of one of those last hangers on that didn't want to join. You just say, oh, well, we'll just keep with the traditional way of doing things. We don't need to join with the internet and all that kind of stuff. That's what's going to happen with people who decide they're not going to, we don't need this crypto. Which is it kind of makes you wonder about what Gary Gensler and the SEC, what are these people really thinking? They're trying to hold up progress. They're like the backwards people all through the ages who have tried to hold up progress. And what happens? They get steamrolled. Okay? People lose all respect for these idiots. I predict that Gary Gensler is going to lose his job. He should actually probably go to jail for the stuff that he's doing. He should get a cell right next to Sam Bankman-Fried, actually. Him and Sam Bankman-Fried should be cellmates at the same prison. Then they can just hang out and talk about crypto all day behind bars. Maybe they could teach classes in prison about crypto and teach the other prisoners. I think that would be a great idea for them. I really do. I think that would be something that could be productive for them. Other than that, they don't belong in the real world with the rest of us who are all about progress and stuff like that, But anyway, back to talking about ANKR. So these guys, they create the ANKR network. It's really great. They're making all these partnerships. It's Web3, and let me tell you something. Web3 is going to be massive in this upcoming bull market. I've been talking about this for years, that there is something of a super cycle coming for cryptocurrency. And I've been waiting for it for a long, long time. I've believed for a long time that this super cycle is coming, and I think it's coming now. I think this is it. I've been waiting for 4 years. Other people have been waiting for 8 years, 10 years, and it still hasn't happened because so far in the crypto universe, it's only been retail. It's only been retail, right? Regular people investing, and now you're going to have Everybody else is seeing it. The big money is seeing it. The institutions are seeing what Bitcoin and crypto is for the world. And so they're all going to come piling in. And what happens when that big money comes piling in? You've got $700 trillion worth of monetary energy in this world. The entire GDP of the whole world, when you add it all up, it's around $700 trillion, give or take. $700 trillion. And everything's going to be tokenized here in the future. Everything is going to be on the blockchain because it makes everybody honest. There's not going to be any more of this fractional reserve banking that's controlled by a very small elite group of basically a bunch of shysters that have spent the last 300 years ripping off the world and stealing untold amounts of money from the masses. Then no, we're not going to have it anymore. Okay? Give us our money back. How about that? It's time for you to give us our money back. And that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a massive plundering of all that money that they've stolen. They're going to have to give it back now. Okay? And so, and ANKR is going to be a huge part of that. ANKR is going to be a massive part of that. It's Web3. I mean, I'm so excited. I just got to jam to two. ANKR, yes. ANKR is a key infrastructure provider. It's Web3, 2.5, 2.5 cents right now. And this is what I tell people. Look, how many people would love to go back in time, 20 years, and invest in Microsoft, Amazon, Yahoo, Google, any of these companies that you know what happened with the tech bubble? If you put money into internet stocks back 20, 25 years ago, you made a boatload of money. And usually lightning doesn't strike twice. Usually you don't get a second opportunity with something like this. But when it comes to the internet and what's happening, and the fact that the internet is evolving, and it's evolving and it's growing in cycles. This is coming around in cycles. The first cycle was 20 years ago, and then you had Web 2. And now this next revolution of the internet involving finance is coming around with cryptocurrency. And I want people to see what I see. So do your own research. Get online and find out for yourself. And if you decide that, no, this probably isn't going to happen, then don't invest. Don't do anything. But if you see what I see, and you see that, yes, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and things like ANKR are going to be growing massively in the next couple of years, then it might behoove you. And if you keep your money in just dollars, it's losing value. Everybody knows that. And they're about to fire up the printing presses again. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Okay? These people, they don't admit their mistakes. And they don't ever do the right thing. What they're going to do in order to get themselves out of trouble is the same thing they always do. They're going to just print all the money they need right out of thin air, and to get themselves out of trouble. And that's what they're going to do. I predict that. Within the next 12 months, they're going to fire up the printing presses again and start printing money to deal with this massive problem that they're having with debt and government shutdown and all this other crap that's going on. It's crazy. And people who are invested in Bitcoin and crypto are going to massively benefit from that, because a lot of that money is going to flow in. But cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is the hardest asset that there is. It's the number one flight to quality, flight to safety for people who want to protect their money. It's very simple. If you hold your money in dollars, your money is losing value. This is traditional. This is nothing new. This is traditionally why people have always taken their money and converted it from fiat into gold or silver or stocks or some kind of a commodity that has a chance to grow. Well, that's what Bitcoin and crypto is. It's the next set of commodities. Even though the Securities and Exchange Commission under Gary Gensler keeps coming out and trying to say, keep pounding it over there. So, no, these are securities. They're not securities, you idiot. They're commodities. Bitcoin especially is a commodity. It's a commodity. It's a store of value. It's just like gold. It's digital gold. Okay? There's no difference. People are going to be wanting to put their money into something like gold, silver, and now Bitcoin because it has a chance to retain and even increase in value while your fiat money is losing value. And especially when they fire up the printing presses and they start printing more money. So, and I realize too that, Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin at right now? Let me see. Bitcoin is sitting at $37,100 for one single Bitcoin. So I know a lot of people see that and they think, well, that's just too much for me. I can't buy a Bitcoin, And the idea of buying a little teeny tiny piece of a Bitcoin, that's the thought of doing that for a lot of people. They at least want to get some coins, and that's why I steer people if anybody asks me what would I invest in if I didn't have much to invest, I would say pick a bunch of altcoins, because altcoins are going to do very well also in this upcoming bull cycle. And ANKR, I think, is one that is going to do very, very well. I talk about Cardano, even Dogecoin, is going to do great. Stellar, that's going to do great. Filecoin, there's one called the Graph, AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Yeah. See, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Artificial intelligence is something else that's right on the horizon for our world. The beginnings of AI. Yes, AI. And guess what? There are some cryptos that are right there. They're getting started with the AI. Two of the ones that I'm into are one called the Graph and another one called Fetch AI. Okay, and these coins are going to grow massively because this is just the beginning stages of this. And try to think about what would happen. Do you remember back when Netflix first got started? How many of you would like to go back in time and plop some money down in Netflix? And I'm talking about back in the days when people were still going to Blockbuster Video on the weekend to get their movies and stuff. And then maybe you heard of Netflix and what's that? No, people aren't going to want to get their videos streamed over the internet. Come on. Everybody's just going to keep going to Blockbuster. No. Where's Blockbuster now? You can't find a Blockbuster Video anymore because everybody's streaming through Netflix, through Hulu, TV, whatever it is. But Blockbuster's a thing of the past. How would you like to have been a shareholder in Blockbuster there at the end? You know what I mean? It would be kind of like having lots of stock in a company that sold buggy whips at the time when the auto industry was just getting started. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you want to realize when these shifts are taking place, when these changes are taking place, and you want to get out of the old and you want to get into the new. Well, what's new is Web3, AI, cryptocurrency. This is what's coming on the scene now. This is the future. This is what's happening. And I'm trying to sort of like wake people up to that fact and get people to realize that this is an opportunity. Okay? It's an opportunity just like the internet was an opportunity to invest. And I want you to know too, if you do invest, don't try to day trade these markets. What you need to do is you need to do some research, find your favorite cryptos that you think are going to do well and invest some money in it, and then just hold them. Hold them and maybe set a sell target for yourself down the road, but don't try to just go in and out, because you can get wrecked this way. Unless you really know what you're doing, don't try to day trade these markets. Just buy in and hold, and then don't worry about short-term price action. A lot of times people will buy in and then right away there'll be like a little pullback or a dip. Don't worry about that. You buy in and you realize this is an investment, okay? You're just converting your dollars into something of a commodity, something else like gold or crypto or something like that. And you're going to hold it in the hopes that that has a much more of a chance to increase in value over time. So that would be my advice for anybody. Do some research, find out what you think about what's going to happen with crypto in the future. And anyway, this is Crypto Rocker. This is the Crypto Rocker channel. Don't forget to give a like. Yeah! See you guys next time.